Hey there, everyone. It's Brave here again. I hope everyone around the world is having a great day or night wherever you are. I hope you're all safe and well. So, I just have some more positive words and words of wisdom to give out to everyone. So, here we go. Sometimes in this world, good people don't receive the fair treatment they deserve. Acknowledging and voicing your pain can lead to self-healing, and this is not always easy to do. But repressing your pain can make your sadness about the trauma you've been through come out or show up in negative ways. Sometimes it seems that good things happen for the bad people and bad things happen to the good people. And this constant unfairness can make you feel angry and confused and leave you in despair. But it is very important to not become the evil we are fighting against and to learn to self-soothe in a positive way and not self-sabotage, not self-trash or self-destruct. Try to not destroy your mental health, your physical health with damaging substances or by putting yourself at risk and engaging in dangerous acts, like people might use, drugs, alcohol, food, overspending, gambling, different ways of escapism from their stress, a way to distract themselves from their life, from their pain. They might have unprotected sex because it's like a distraction, but then you're gonna increase your risk of catching dangerous, life-threatening diseases, and or unwanted pregnancies, which just causes more problems. Having kids in the world who are being born to parents who aren't stable, and then it's creating more angry, traumatized children who grow into traumatized adults in the world. So people need to look at why they are needing to distract themselves and escape from their life. If it's trauma from childhood or trauma from relationships, or it is better that you self-analyze or talk to counselors or go to support groups, whatever you can do. But to just want to escape all the time isn't going to take away the problem, because once you have to come back down from whatever you've used to escape, that escape is temporary and you're not going to have the life you want. Once you come back down from that temporary escape, you're going to come right back into the pain and the misery that you were escaping from. But if you can find a way to work through your pain, talk about it, cope with it, then you'll be able to have a life you don't want to escape from. But here's a little thing that I wrote a while ago, and it always helps me a little bit when I reread it. It's like I had wrote it in a diary, and here it goes. You can rest assured that although some of those who have hurt you may have been broken too and may have had no idea of how bad what they were doing was, but clearly it never occurred to them that you'd become even more magnificent, that they'd be invoking your compassion and sympathy and adding to your empathy and increasing your sparkles, and it will be eons before they can grasp that you actually played their little games for some of those very reasons. So another thing I like to say is I open my heart to give and receive love, protection, loyalty and kindness, and I experience happiness and passion in all areas of my life. I respect and love myself, and I trust in my ability to take care of myself and others. I lovingly cherish all those who love and care about me. And so here's a few more things that I'd written, positive things that people, hopefully it will uplift you. I know freedom is my birthright, and I will always fight to remain free and help others to stay free. And that can be, mental freedom. People, even if they're not physically chained to something, if you feel mentally unable to release yourself from pain of the past, memories from the past, grief, trauma, a relationship, you might still feel attached to an ex, even if that ex did terrible things to you. Your mind might still be in a trauma bond where you're only looking at the good times. Your brain is not letting you remember the bad times. But if you did remember the bad times, you would never want to go near them again. But obviously, there can be like a slight withdrawal reaction where, because you were so used to that person or you love them, it's like you feel it's like a withdrawal. You feel like you're getting withdrawals from them, and you feel like you want to be near them. You have to hear their voice. You have to have connection with them of some kind. But if you truly asked yourself, if you're sitting in your home or laying in bed and you say, would I really want that person next to me right now who used to beat me or hurt me or ruin my self-esteem or tell me horrible, nasty things? Would I really want that person here right now? And the answer would and should be no. I don't want that person who treated me like crap. And it's just, a matter of going through your own, self-analyzation and looking at, why would I crave someone who treats me like crap? You need to look at why you don't think you're worth protecting, why your self-esteem is so low. Is it because you were treated badly as a child? Is it because you were shown growing up that men and women don't have good relationships? Like, you need to trace it back to somewhere in your life where you felt it was okay to allow yourself to be mistreated. Like, a lot of the times people don't want to admit that they have allowed themselves to be mistreated. We have to be honest about the role we play in our own suffering. When we choose to stay with someone because we love them, that choice, even though it's hard to break away, and I totally understand this because I've had this problem in the past where someone's done something terrible to me, but I can't dissolve the love I feel for them. But now I hate them and love them at the same time. Or I hate the things they do to me. I don't want to hate them. I want to love them, but I hate the terrible things they keep doing. And then if they're not able to change and stop, then obviously you have to get away from them, or they're going to destroy you in all sorts of ways. So let me read some more of these positive things I've written. I know the sacrifices and hardships that the previous generations of my people went through, and my heart breaks for the terrible atrocities and struggles that my ancestors went through before me. And we must never forget or dishonor our ancestors by forgetting or denying their pain. We must celebrate our ancestors and their achievements as well. So I also have many, many more, so hang in there. I know who I am, I know who all my ancestors are, and I know my people's history. To me, that's super important, to know who your people are, to know their history, to call on their strength and, pray to God and his angels and your good ancestors for help and encouragement, because, our ancestors know about us. They're in the spirit world watching over us, just like God and his angels. And we can ask for that strength. We can ask for them to lend us their strength so we can complete our life plan here, our mission. So here's some more. I am mentally stronger than most people, and I have been through a lot, but I am psychologically very powerful, and I will overcome and defeat anything sent to destroy me. My happiness, my confidence, my self-esteem and self-respect, because my dignity and integrity are priceless, and I will never bow to anyone. So another thing I like to sort of say to myself is, it's like you've got to encourage yourself, right? So I'll write things down, like, you could call it a diary, but it's more than that. It's a book of encouragement, So you would write obviously what is relevant to you, but this is what I've written for myself. So I would say, read this whenever I need encouragement. I would read what I've written, which is this. So I am wealthy spiritually, I am intelligent, I am kind, I am beloved. Um, I'm going to make myself happy and keep strong and persevere through any difficult situations. I will still try to be kind and reliable to no matter what, and a decent, good soul. I love the brave person I am, and I will make myself whole and complete. I'm proud of myself and my ancestors and my cultural identity and heritage. I'm proud of how far I've come after everything I've been through. So that's extremely, important to encourage yourself, because, some people don't have loads of family and friends, and some people are fake anyway. When they tell you good things, it might not even be true. Like, someone could say to someone, oh, you're so clever, oh, you're so pretty, oh, you're so this, but they might be manipulating you. They say what you want to hear so that you will then always be open to their demands for money, or when they want something from you, you'll give it because you assume they're on your side, or they, are rooting for you, when really they're just trying to keep you open to manipulation, you know. Here's some more bits I've written. So like I said, like what I just wrote, you can encourage yourself by, here's another thing I put to encourage myself. I am amazing. My positives outweigh the negatives. I am an awesome spiritual being of love and light. I wish the best for the whole world and the whole of mankind. I hope that I can heal people who need it, and I want to make as many lives better as possible in this world. The past has no power over me. I hereby relinquish my past and present mistakes and regrets. I forgive myself for not knowing any better, for doing well. I forgive myself for not knowing any better, for reacting with the knowledge I had at the time. I am now stronger for having gone through such things that have transpired in my life, and I learn from my mistakes and improve myself in order to create a better future for myself and the ones that I love and want to protect, and who would do the same for me. Do not be afraid in the end, for we will go home and there will be no more pain and suffering. But while we're here, time waits for no one, and we need to try and create the life we can be proud of, so that when we do go home to the spirit world, we can literally say, I know I did the right thing while I was down there, even though things were hard, I mean, because people don't realize when the body dies here, your spirit goes, back home to the spirit world. So it's like this human body is just a vehicle, and imagine, like, a car here is a vehicle, and when I get out of a car and go into a house, I've come out of my vehicle and gone home into my home. So it's the same when you die, you come out of your vehicle, which is your human body, and go back into your true home, which is up in the spirit world. So when people are worried so much about, oh, I need to get as much wealth and fame and whatever, or live fast, die young, there's no need for all that, because you don't die. We don't realize that we don't die, because we're given amnesia when we choose to come down here from the spirit world. We don't know about our past lives and our life, that we were up in the spirit world before we came here. So people think you just go to heaven or the spirit world after you die, but they don't realize you came from there and came down here to go into this life, to be born into this life, that you chose certain things to happen in your life, so that you could then evolve your soul when you got back home, But if you look at my other videos, I explain that more clearly. But here's some more things I wrote. So, write things down that are suitable to yourself, Like I've said here for myself, I hereby forgive myself, for I am. Sorry. Ugh. I hereby forgive myself, for I am not perfect and can make mistakes, and I can and will take proper accountability for any errors in judgment, and so on and so forth. Never be ashamed to turn the page and start a new chapter as many times as you need to. I wish to fill my life and the lives of others around me with happiness, good things, and shared blessings. We are not of this world. Let us fight it together. Let no one break our love and loyalty. Start reclaiming your power and start taking better care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. In the past, you have been too excessively kind and helpful to most people who didn't appreciate it or even deserve it. This ends now. You got to be you got to have discernment and common sense. If someone's manipulating you and trying to waste your time and use your kindness, just they see your kindness as weakness, you have to put a boundary up and cut them off. You have to make them reconsider that behavior. It's important to not let anyone mistreat you. And yes, you can make mistakes and someone can trick you sometimes, but once you know someone is manipulating you, you put a stop to that, make them regret that. So brave souls, it is okay to say no to people. That doesn't make you a bad person. To put up strong boundaries, to keep away users and abusers. So don't waste any more time on lazy fools who want you to carry their burdens on top of your own, yet they would never help you when you need it. Remember that. Your time and kindness is precious and important. It should only be offered to those who would be grateful for it or could do the same or would do the same for you. So yeah, time is extremely precious. People think that if they give you money, like a father who, like, say if a man slept with a woman, a one-night stand, she gets pregnant, he just pays her off, to keep her away. He's like, okay, fine, you got me, you trapped me, here's the child support, but I never want to look at the child, I never want to speak to the child. That child will feel so unloved, and so, even if their mother loves them and their whole family on the mum's side loves them, but to know that the dad rejected them makes them feel like they're not worthy, even though that's not true. But that's why, if that dad could just let that child know that, yes, I do love you, even though I don't like your mother, she trapped me, blah 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 blah. But that dad needs to be honest about his laziness to protect himself. If he didn't want kids, he should have made sure he used a condom or used something, or go and get a vasectomy. Like, these men say they don't want kids, well, go and get a vasectomy then, or go and use protection, or don't get so drunk that someone can trap you. People always blame someone else for stuff that they could be protecting themselves from. It's really not that hard, it's just laziness. God. But yeah, even with law of attraction, when you think about whatever you think, whether it's good or bad, will attract this into your life. So positive and negative energy, when people talk about that, it's kind of like, whether you want it or not, that's irrelevant. Thinking about something you hate or don't want will unfortunately attract it into your life, such as worrying about debt and lack of cash. That can attract, more of the same. So, we have to try and think positively. I know it sounds a bit too easy, well, I always try to think positively, but things can still go wrong. Yes, of course, things can still go wrong. But if you can, try not to focus on the bad and try to focus on the things you can change, because otherwise, if you focus on your fears, it will consume your reality in so many ways and magnify the negative emotions, and emotions are powerful, just like words are powerful, so thinking about the positive goals you want that make you feel excited, that can help manifest things, into your life, because you're using your positive energy like a magnet, and it attracts things towards you, you know. So I know it sounds a little bit like this is too simple, why isn't everyone doing it? But most people can't control their mind. Most people are very controlled by their impulses, and they don't actually have good self-discipline, you know. So positive thoughts do tend to be a lot more powerful than negative thoughts. So, you know, because positive thoughts tend to excite us more and uplift us, you know, it can help if you imagine you already have the things you want, so that your visualization can be more potent and powerful, you know. So thought equals emotion equals attraction. That's how the law of attraction is supposed to work, you know. So just try, you know, your best to be a good person, you know, go out into the world and do no harm, and then, you know, really look after your own mental state, your own mind, you know, build yourself up, encourage yourself. Don't wait for like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or you know, friends or other people to build you up. Like, build yourself up, cultivate your own confidence and self-respect and self-control. You know, at the end of the day, you have to be your own best friend. It is me, myself, and I, and not in a selfish way, but I mean in a protective way. Protect your energy. Don't let anyone just use you. You know, always try your best to put meaning in your life without using others to create meaning in your life. You know, because if you would be so powerful if nothing, you know, if losing things didn't control you. Because if you have a boyfriend and you're so focused on worried about losing him that when you do lose him for whatever reason, you are crushed. If it was a case of you have the power to be happy with or without him, that's not being disrespectful to him. That's just giving the energy that I need you. I don't want you. Sorry, that sounds weird. I want you around, but I don't need you to have a good life. Do you know what I mean? So I want you in my life. I appreciate you. I love you. But if you're going to mistreat me, I don't need you around. I'm not going to fall down and die if you leave me and disrespect me. I'm going to pick myself back up and move towards a positive space, you know. So it's not easy. It's easier said than done. I understand, but we need to try. It's better to try and fail and then keep going until you succeed, you know. This is important. So that's all for now, everyone. Hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. God bless everyone. Bye for now.